Superman, the paragon of heroism. AIDS, a dreaded condition that has taken the lives of millions. Could the Man of Steel stop this menace? Yes, but how? The first thing to settle is when he starts. Is it when the first reports sprung up in New York? Or would he start now, after HIV has spread globally? The former would give him a chance to end the virus pretty quickly, but would be in a time with little to no info on it. In contrast, he'd have decades of human research to go off of today, but would have to make the solution widespread. To truly eradicate the disease, you'd need to locate and cure every patient on Earth. Even one person with HIV has a chance to spread it. So even a few isolated cases counts as a failure for Superman. The second thing to consider is which setting he's working in. If he's in his own universe, he's got the world's super geniuses on standby and a whole plethora of Kryptonian technology to work with. If he's working in ours, he'll have to make do with our knowledge. I've no doubt that he could solve the problem in the DC universe. All-Star Superman sees Big Blue leave the task of curing cancer to microscopic Kandorian scientists. As he himself states, their knowledge and power could be used to cure anything. All the research and medicine of an advanced alien civilization, combined with the ability to shrink down, enter the human body, and address this problem at the root. Even in stories where Kandor isn't around, the Fortress of Solitude contains detailed records of Krypton's history and science. The Atom is no Kryptonian, but he can shrink down pretty handily. With the guidance of Superman, they could really work some magic. You may object that Superman is no scientist. Just because he has this knowledge doesn't mean he can make use of it. But he's proved himself capable of practicing medicine before. When Lois was suffering from internal bleeding, in a few seconds, he memorized the contents of every medical text ever published. He still referred to the doctors as the experts, but he had enough of an understanding to save her life. If that was a few seconds worth of effort, imagine what he could do if he spent months poring over the knowledge of Krypton. Even in our world, he could become a master of medicine in no time. If there exists a real cure for HIV, he'd stand a better chance at finding it than most. Interestingly enough, a more experimental treatment, EBC-46, has been in the works for years and could possibly treat both HIV and cancer. By targeting dormant cells that carry HIV and killing them off, it searches and destroys the virus, not too dissimilar from the Kandorians searching manually for cancer cells. Superman's real challenge would be distribution. In All-Star Superman, he had the Kandorians treat a few kids with cancer as one of his labors, miracles he performed in his last days. He wasn't concerned with logistics, since he wouldn't be around to see the results. He's always spread thin, trying to stop criminals and save cats from trees, while maintaining a work-life balance. People have even asked him before if he'd solve the greater problems: war, world hunger, disease, but he's always refused. It's something humans need to figure out for themselves. He'd consider it immoral to interfere, somehow. Even if he did settle down one day and work out these problems, I doubt he has the commitment to see it through to the end. But in our world, there's no magic shrinking scientists, no alien library of knowledge, no superpowers but Clark's own for him to rely on. What if it's just a dead end, and there is no cure? Well, there's still one ace up his sleeve. On a trip to the future, he was introduced to a most dangerous artifact, the Miracle Machine. When activated, it allows the user to turn their thoughts into reality. No strings attached. Whatever you think becomes real. Problem is, it takes a real hefty power source, and even the slightest stray thought can activate it. When reality itself was collapsing, Superman looked at this machine, memorized its construction, and rebuilt it back in the present. Using the energy in his own cells to power it, the machine single-handedly reset the world, fixing everything. He didn't build this machine alone. and had access to some technology beyond our time. But it was still under duress, with limited resources. If Superman was brought to our world and truly wanted to stop the AIDS crisis, he'd know what he needs to recreate the miracle machine. In no time flat, he could have all the knowledge in the world at his disposal, more capable than any engineer alive at inventing the components he needs. All his cells need to recharge is solar energy. With time and motivation, if all else fails, he can create the ultimate deus ex machina here on Earth, and wish the disease out of existence. Of course, good luck getting him to do all that.